Hello everyone, this is James from Pierce Lyons and welcome to the latest episode of our Whiskey Shorts. And in this Whiskey Short we're going to talk about water. Why water? Well, water is often the forgotten ingredient in whiskey. Water will make up over 90% of our whiskey wash, and in the end result will make over 50% up of our whiskey. Now, water is mostly important when it comes to brewing, and why is that? So, water is not a simple solution of H2O, it is a solution of different salts. Depending on the mineral content of that water could taste lovely and be very thirst quenching. It could be very soapy and not very nice. Or if you've got very soft water with a very low mineral content, it might take you longer to wash your hands. So what's the recipe that we need for brewing? Well, this is our brew house here, and we've got our mash tun there, and we're going to fill that up with 600 litres of water. Now, the water that we get actually comes from the Wicklow Mountain Reservoir, and it's some of the finest water you can get for brewing. A big brewery just down the road uses the exact same water. And the real things that you want to, the real minerals you want would be calcium, calcium sulfate, high content of that, and a low content of bicarbonate. And once you have those three things in balance, and the pH arrives at about 5.3, that is a perfect environment for your enzymes to be stabilized, and so that the brewing process is at an absolute optimum. And so 600 litres of hot water will be sent in here to our mash tun, and we will brew up our grains. And then over here in the lauter tun, we will separate the liquid, the wort, from the grains, and then we'll be able to add our yeast to that, and the yeast will have a perfect environment for fermentation and for brewing. Now later on, we're going to use different water. We will distill our wash up and get a spirit that's, after 2 distillations, comes up to 71% alcohol volume. We're going to cut that down to 63.5%, but we're not going to want any water that has any kind of mineral content or any kind of flavour. We want pure water. And we're very fortunate, in our distillery, underneath the stairs, we have what's called a reverse osmosis water tank. That's it there. Doesn't look too glamorous. And that's a very fancy term for essentially a very tight membrane, and we're going to force the water through it, stripping it of all minerals, and it is the purest water on the planet. And we will use that to cut our whiskey down to 63.5%. That's the optimum percentage for casking. And we'll also use it in our water droppers. If people are enjoying a tasting, they can use pure water that's not going to blemish the flavour of their whiskies when applying water to their drinks. Anyhow, that's me. Thanks very much for tuning in to the latest episode of Whiskey Shorts, and God bless.